Dear students, now we'll see in previous lecture we have discussed what are the expressions for induced EMF in different cases. So now we'll see the expression for induced current. Here we'll consider the phi 1 and phi 2 are the magnetic flux linked with a coil in a time interval dt. So here if the magnetic flux in a coil of resistance or changes from phi 1 to phi 2 in time interval dt. So here we have taken the magnetic flux linked with a coil phi 1 and phi 2 in the time interval dt. So what is the resistance of the coil we have taken here? R. So in this case, then induced current expression we can write. Then a current I induced in the coil, that is I is equal to, we can write EMF by resistance. So here I is equal to, we can write E is the induced EMF. Induced EMF we can write the expression minus N into phi 2 minus phi 1 by this or as it is a dt. So here induced EMF expression when the flux is changing from phi 1 to phi 2, that is a minus N into phi 2 minus phi 1 by dt. Here I will write induced EMF is equal to minus N into d phi by dt. d phi means that is nothing but phi 2 minus phi 1. So now this expression we can change it as like this: induced current is given by, that is I is equal to induced EMF by resistance of the circuit. So this one we can write in the expression I is equal to N into minus N by R into d phi by dt. Here what does that minus indicate? Minus indicates the induced current produced in the coil in such a way that it opposes the change of the flux. So that is the indication of minus according to Lenz law. So this is the general expression for induced current. So here d phi by dt is the rate of change of magnetic flux, N is the number of turns in the coil, and R is the resistance in the circuit, and I is the induced current. Next we'll see induced charge. So we know when the electric current is produced because of the charge flowing in the circuit is varying with respect to time. So here also induced current is produced when the induced charge is varying in the coil, which coil we have taken in that one. So here the amount of charge induced in a conductor is given as, we know that I is equal to induced EMF by resistance. So here we can write this expression is minus, if we take for single turn, 1 by R d phi by dt. So here in previous expression we have seen for n number of turns. Here I have taken for single number of turn. So that's why n is equal to 1. So now we'll calculate the induced charge. So I we can write the rate of change of charge with respect to time. So I is equal to dq by dt we can write. So here we can write minus 1 by R d phi by dt. So we can write here dt getting cancelled. Then dq is equal to minus 1 by R d phi. So this is the dq expression, and here charge is varying due to the change of the flux. So charge is varying means which concept we will use to calculate the total induced charge in the coil? We have to use the integration concept. So we'll see the total induced charge. Therefore, the total induced charge Q is equal to integration dq. So here Q is equal to minus 1 by R integration dy. But here flux is changing from phi 1 to phi 2. What is the phi 1 here? Phi 1 is the initial magnetic flux and phi 2 is the final magnetic flux. So here we can write, after application of the integration, minus 1 by R phi 2 minus phi 1. So here we can write Q is equal to phi 1 minus phi 2 by R. Here, but in general, we are interested only in calculation of magnitude of charge. So to calculate magnitude of charge, in general, induced charge is given by Q is equal to change of magnetic flux by resistance of the circuit. So here we can write for n turns, the induced charge Q is equal to N by R d phi. So this expression keep it in mind in calculation of induced charge in the circuit. So here till now we have seen the expressions for induced EMF, induced current and induced charge. So by looking at all the expressions, here we can give some important conclusions. So these are important. So from the induced EMF expression we can write induced EMF is independent of total resistance of the circuit, but depends on the time of change of flux. So induced EMF is independent on resistance of the circuit, but it depends on the time of change of flux. Similarly, if you see the induced current depends on both time of change of flux and resistance of the circuit. So here induced current depends on time of the flux and the resistance of the circuit. So next, last conclusion about the induced charge. The induced charge is independent of time, but depends on resistance of the circuit. So these are the three important conclusions. Try to remember this. So once again we'll see induced EMF produced in the coil is independent on resistance of the circuit and it depends on the time of change of the flux. So next, induced current, it depends on the both time of the change of the flux and the resistance of the circuit. Similarly, the induced charge produced in the coil is independent on time, means when even the time is changing, the flux is changing, then it is independent on time, but it depends on resistance of the circuit. So in next lecture we will see the numericals based on these concepts.